Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer. 3 stakes races on tap for closing Saturday at Aqueduct, including 2 editions of the New York Stallion Stakes. This, the Park Avenue division, race number 8 at 6.5 furlongs for 3-year-old filly New York breds. You can play this nice card on closing day Saturday with a DRF Bets account. Sign up, deposit $100, bet with $250. With DRF Bets, it's as easy as ready, set, bet. Let's meet the field for the New York Stallion Stakes. Again, $200,000 is the purse, going 6.5 furlongs. The most fascinating entrant is our morning line favorite. At 8-5, that's the number 5, Newly Minted, who just last week demolished a maiden field to the tune of an 87 Beyer speed figure. Linda Rice wheeling right back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what she does here. Back very quickly off of, as you say, a fast maiden win. Not really Linda's MO either to have her first-time starters cranked up and ready to go. I mean, overall, she's just way better after a race, but obviously they paid $110,000 for this horse. She had this horse ready to go. She won very easily first time out with an 87 Beyer. You know, it makes a lot of sense to me anyway that she wheels back quickly. $200,000 purse in a race where there's 4 maidens and basically 1 maid horse in here. I mean, I can't argue with this placement with this filly.
We're expecting some wet weather in New York on Saturday. Newly Minted scored over a muddy track in her career debut. We have a Linda Rice formulator fact for Newly Minted. Over the past 3 years, with last out maiden winning 3-year-olds returning for their second start in dirt sprints, 33% winners and a 622 ROI. And Linda also seems to do well on these short rest horses.
Yeah, she does. I mean, that's the main stat, though, there. Her second-time starter, she's just so good with them, and as that stat reflects, even when they win first time out, they come back and they run well again.
The concern, perhaps, for Newly Minted fans is that the pace will likely be a lot hotter this time around, as we see from our Timeform US pace projector. Yes, they have Newly Minted, the number 5, on the lead, but that is a big speed to the outside in the number 8. Stones in the Road, winner of the Franklin Square Stakes 2 starts back, just blitzing that field. And last time out again, the Cicada set a pretty decent pace before faltering. I didn't love the Cicada as a race, but she sure fits here, and I wouldn't be surprised if Rajiv just goes and says, I'm going to take the race to this horse. Let's see how good Newly Minted is.
I agree with you. I see the pace projector, and I'm not going to really argue with it, but I'm not going to be surprised if Stones in the Road just outruns Newly Minted to the lead. She's a very fast horse, Stones in the Road is. I think if you look at her first 3 starts, she won all of them. You know, there's a couple of those races where you could say, well, she, you know, 3 back, she rode that big gold rail and just got loose on the lead. They couldn't challenge her in the Franklin Square. She just got absolutely clear up front. And then last time, even though it looks like she ran a lot worse, I don't know that she really ran a lot worse. And I don't think it was the strongest field in the world, but she got hooked up right from the start, put away a horse that she was dueling with, was taken on by the big favorite Miss Imperial, and raced that horse through the stretch before a big closer came and got everybody. She actually ran okay last time. I think she makes the front here. She's dangerous.
The 9 is Bangle Gal. Intriguing placement by a very good trainer in Michael Stidham. This horse came from well off the pace in her career debut at the Fairgrounds, finishing right behind a horse that came back to finish second in a maiden special weight at Keeneland, an open maiden with a 69 Beyer speed figure. This filly's dam was a multiple stakes winner, and if this pace is hot, the 9 Bangle Gal might be the one running late.
Yeah, maybe she will be. It'll be interesting, I guess, to see what she does. I mean, to me, she was only mildly interesting to me, only because she's sort of a new face with only 1 race behind her, and obviously that was against Open Company. I don't know how you felt about the race day when I went back and watched the replay. I didn't think she did a whole lot of running in there. Maybe she'll take a big step forward here. Maybe this is just a way better spot for her. I wanted to like her more than I actually like her.
Another maiden in this field is the 7, Alpha Dora, going out for Mary Alice Coffey. This one added blinkers and stretched out to a mile, and she has that route-oriented pedigree. She opened up a gigantic lead. Maybe the jock moved a little bit too soon, but she still had a huge lead at the 16th pole, and maybe the jock didn't see the horse coming. It didn't seem like he was very aggressive late. But Alpha Dora was getting tired. Do you view that as a bad loss?
Yeah, I think it was a bad loss. We'll see if the cutback actually helps her here, because I think there's a chance that it could. Yeah, maybe he went a little too soon last time and opened up too big a lead. I don't know if that's a real excuse for her. I hear what you're saying, because when you watch the rider in the stretch, you know, he wasn't all over, but I don't know what he was supposed to do. This filly was absolutely stopping at the end of that race. There was nothing this rider could have done to help her. She did get run down by a pretty good horse. Today Comes Once. There's nothing wrong with her. She made her next start in a New York bred stakes, and she ran really well with a trip. I mean, she's a pretty good horse. I don't know, turning back, I guess she could improve again, but it's pretty clear against the two fillies, the two favorites, she's got to improve again.
A horse that might work out a good trip is the number 6, Kid is Frosty, going out for the always dangerous Brad Cox barn. This filly never off the board from 5 lifetime starts. Didn't love the field she was in against last time out, but she is consistent, and maybe she falls into a little bit of a trip. She also switches to a Rad Ortiz at 5-1 on the morning line, and we've got a Brad Cox formulator fact to show. Over the past 5 years with 3-year-old dirt sprinters in non-graded stakes, 44% winners, a 255 ROI, 200,000 is just too much to pass up.
Yeah, it really is. We'll see if she can improve a little bit because she's made 3 starts now in New York, and the improvement hasn't really been there for her. Last time, I don't know what you thought about that race. I didn't really see an excuse for her in there. She got a good trip. She had dead aim on that race. Quietude, the horse that ran her down, does like a wet track, so maybe that moved her up a little bit, but I didn't see the excuse for this horse not to win last time.
Fair Lassie, the number 3, won her career debut over a wet track and then came right back first time against winners and finished behind Kid is Frosty. It looks like thus far, and it's probably too early to pigeonhole her into being a speed or a pace presser, but thus far she likes to be close to the pace, and she's going to be facing a couple of fast ones in here.
Yeah, it just feels like she's going to get outrun in this spot. We'll see if she can do it a different way. Her debut was fine. There wasn't a whole lot of running going on behind her. I mean, she was just no match for that field last time.
Mike Maselli sent out some live horses this year, hasn't he? And he's got the 2 Canarsie Princess sort of flying under the radar. Dylan Davis gets them out. This one rallied from off the pace over a sloppy track to beat $50,000 maiden claimers. The buyer came back real light, though.
Yeah, came up slow. She also had a very good set. There was a solid pace for that level in there. She sat off it, and then she was able to get up at the end. I gave her a little extra credit. In the stretch, she was sort of leaning on another horse, but she was able to sort of run through that and still finish the race off. I thought she ran well. Another effort like that, though, not going to get her too much in here.
The 2 horses we've yet to discuss, likely to be the longest shots on the board. The one is pretty spectacular, a maiden after only 1 start, well beaten at 90-1 against maidens. This is a very tough ask.
It's a tough spot. She was a huge price in that race, never got involved. The horse that won the race, a very impressive debut winner, but this horse didn't really do any running in there.
Dancing Slippers is a 3-time maiden, has never been less than 35-1 in her career, was listed as a vet scratch on March the 15th. Blinkers are on. Again, you really have to be asking a lot to see her get to the winner's circle.
Yeah, listen, put up $200,000 for horses like this. People will take shots, and they're taking a shot.
Let's take a look at our top pick for the New York Stallion Stakes. We were both very impressed with what Linda Rice's newly minted did in her career debut a scant week ago, and we look at the race very similarly. We both go 5, 8, 7, and 6.
Yeah, I just had a tough time going against the 2 favorites in here. We'll see how it all plays out.
Maybe a 2-speed number, 5 and 8, in one of the 2 divisions of the New York Stallion Stakes. This race, one of 3 stakes races on closing day Saturday at Aqueduct. Make sure you get involved with a DRF Bets account, because when you deposit $100, you get to bet with $250 at bets.drf.com. Approximate post time for the Park Avenue division of the New York Stallion Stakes, 5:15 Eastern. Good luck.